Hey guys, I'm Rachel O'Leary and it's time for a Tuesday tip. I thought that this week I would sort of show you what's been going on in the bins, as well as take the time to fertilize my lilies. Now, I showed you guys in past videos how to pot lilies and how I've placed and marked them, but it's really important with these guys that you fertilize them at least once a month. I tend to do every 2 to 3 weeks. And I have little homemade root tabs that I got from a dear friend of mine, Sheila Garling, Gavin Dalton, that I use. And you want to put those along the edge of the bucket, pushing them well below the surface, but not too close to the middle because you don't want to have root burn. So I just reach in here and push them under the surface. It only takes a second, but it ensures that you get multiple flowers all season long. Now, it gets kind of tricky in these bins for me to find where they are because they've done so well. So I thought I'd start by just showing you guys all the various bins and the plant growth that has happened. Everything's doing really, really well. I've had at least a dozen different flowers from the various lilies, as well as lots and lots of flowers from all the other bins plants. They sort of ebb and flow. For instance, the water hyacinth has been flowering non-stop. I get lots of these different various lily species that I planted, and I talked to you guys about how to pot. Exciting for me, though the flowers look like they're passing, was the sensitive fern flowers. I'd never flowered that species before. Society garlic, just flowering. And this little yellow mystery plant that I overwintered in the Oscar tank actually is flowering and spreading. And it's interesting too, a lot of the floaters that I put in are sending up vertical shoots, which is kind of cool. You can see it especially, you can see that especially well in this tub, which has ended up being one of my favorites. This 4-leaf clover is just going bonkers, and I'm really, really happy with the coverage in this tub. The coverage serves a few purposes. All these trailing roots, provide lots of hiding spots for fry, and they also shade the bins so that they don't get too hot. We'll try and take a look in here and see if we can see some of the fry. This particular bin has literally thousands of fry. This bin, everywhere you look, there is literally tons of fry. You can see there's just fry everywhere, and there's a flower that'll probably be open in the next day or two. But every break in these lily pads in this bin has this quantity of fry, and these are either rainbow shiner, as you just saw dart underneath, or micro Devario. It's pretty exciting. This is the minnow bin. And it's similar in that there's just fry everywhere. I also thought today I'd just take a scoop from some of the bins and we can see what kind of fry I'm getting. Oh, there's a big flower. So I just grabbed some bin water. And then pull up some of the fry. And I just do this to take a look and see what I'm getting. So I guess I called about 40 fry. You can see just from dunking there, I grabbed 6 or 7. So we can see with this scoop, I've caught several that are almost adult size. You can see how nice their color is from being outside, as well as quite a few teeny tinies. and some juveniles. Now white clouds used to be called the poor man's neon, and you can see it's because those juveniles are blue in coloration. You see that blue. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see or not, but I'm pretty excited. I have a ton of pygmy sunfish fry. They are about half the size of an eyelash though, so it basically looks like 2 dots floating in the water. I don't think we can really see them, but they're in there. There are CPD fry in the CPD bin. You can see them right there at the surface. So I definitively have fry in the sunfish bin, the minnow bin, the CPD bin, the rainbow shiner bin, the Microdevarionanus bin, but I can't tell in the chili rasbora or the clown killie bin. So I'm going to have to pull a bunch of plants to look there, or I might just let them go for another week or two until I start seeing some visible fry at the surface like this. I think one of the most exciting things for me with the bins this year has been how well this pitcher plant has done. It is just exploding with growth and new pitchers, and it's been very, very rewarding. That and the sensitive fern really are my 2 favorite plants I have out here. I just couldn't be happier with them. So just to recap, for my bins, the only thing that I really do is fertilize the plants. And for that I use root tabs deep into the pots that they're held in, mainly for the lilies. I do top them off if their water level's getting low, but otherwise I don't do any water changes. Also, I did seed most of the bins with Daphnia, Daphnia magna or Moina in some cases. So I haven't fed the bins at all either. Every once in a while I'll go through and pull out some of the filamentous algae that it's prone to, but otherwise pretty much nothing. And I'm pretty sure I already have, you know, between 600 and 800 fry total, and those numbers are only going to continue to increase as the summer goes on. It's really good. In fact, I didn't see any fish at all in this bin, so I may move out a different species to utilize it. Those were some barbs, and I don't know if they're hiding or if they're not in there, so I'll just add a different, very dissimilar species to try and breed them in there. Thanks for watching. Make sure you stop by my Facebook as well as my website, MsJinx.com, where you can find my upcoming speaking engagements, my current stock list, and information on all things nano. As always, if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, let me know below.